A few days later, almost everyone involved in the drug connection at the tobacconist in the La Capia shopping center was arrested. In total, 24 bandits had been detained. Arnaldo Sevilla, however, had disappeared again, and with him, an important archive of the Colombian underworld. On a Tuesday in June, André, upon arriving at VEMP's headquarters, was surprised by a strange note left for him at the company's entrance. According to the local attendant, the paper had been left by a man who said he was one of the doormen of the building where lawyer Sevilla lived. The note stated that, in the space reserved for the lawyer's apartment, someone had parked a car that the doorman was unaware of. The man had also written that attempts to contact Sevilla's apartment were frustrated. André immediately contacted Esteban, who, accompanied by 2 police officers, headed to Sevilla's residence. He already knew the property because, shortly before, this apartment, with judicial authorization, had been searched. Esteban found that the main door of the apartment still had the seal that the police had placed there. As the door to the service area was accessed by another elevator and this journey would take time, Esteban broke the seal and, with a false key, entered the property. André arrived when the inspector was ripping the sticker off the seal. Sevilla's apartment was dark except for a faint green light reflecting off the wall, light that came from the main suite of the property where, on a computer screen, text in green letters filled the entire dark background. Next to the device and on the table, there was a stack of records and several folders with the VEMP logo. Esteban and André recognized documents from the 3 farms whose alienation was being investigated. The bathroom door was closed, but there was a risk of light and sound. Stepping forward, Esteban signaled the police. André would stay away from the door, as Sevilla could be inside the bathroom and armed. At a signal from the investigator, the 2 police officers, holding revolvers, crouched down and opened the door. In the room, all the windows were fogged up by the water vapor that filled a jacuzzi up to the level of the drain. In the bathtub, Sevilla's naked body lay submerged and inert. The lawyer's eyes were open, and, on his chest, a hypodermic syringe was floating with the plunger fully depressed. The scene indicated the likely means used to end the lawyer's life. It would be up to the scientific police and the coroners to write down the details of this outcome. Still somewhat dazed, André returned to the computer and started reading the green text, and there was a detailed account of Sevilla and Maria Valdivia's involvement with the coca cartel and the plans they both had in relation to everyone who could prevent the course of the couple's criminal activities. The text described how Maria was emotionally involved and how she took Carlos to where she expected the businessman to be found dead. There was also a desperate account of the demands that the coca cartel had been imposing on him and which, in those days, had reached an extreme situation, with threats of painful death from relatives and, finally, his own. The last lines included a list of names involved and a plea to God to be forgiven for his perversions, evils, and the ultimate act of cowardice.